Welcome to Speculation Monday on a Sunday. Speculation Sunday on a Sunday. Could you believe it? We got Just Ask Danny in the house.
Can you believe it? It's on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. Danny, how has your weekend been, man?
Crazy. It's been busy for me. We went to Disneyland on the 70th anniversary. That was even more crazy. I couldn't believe it. And then what's even crazier is immediately after that, just how dead everything got again.
Yeah, which is weird, but I guess that's the way things are working this summer. Welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you for hanging out with us on this beautiful evening. It's been so hot. It's crazy week. It's only going to get hotter supposedly. I want to start off with, I guess, like the biggest thing to debut was Walt Disney, A Magical Life.
I think it's safe to say though, Mondo, it's not as hot as our friends in Florida are experiencing. If you saw that photo I sent you.
The photo? You sent me a photo?
On Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. I let me see. Let me take a look, Danny. Oh, yeah. Let me.
So imagine those temperatures, Mondo, but with the Florida humidity. You would be dead. You'd literally be dead.
Yeah.
Mondo would be not alive anymore.
It's just not fun, Danny. When you got weather looking like that, it's just ridiculous. And you know what's crazy? That weather, it's still like 95 at 9 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? Like
it's currently 10 p.m. there, and it is 90-something degrees right now.
Yeah, forget that, dude. That's the part about Florida. When does it cool off? I don't know, 3 a.m.? It's crazy. It's great. Good luck to all the people in Florida trying to have fun. You gotta, you know what the trick is, Danny? You gotta keep going in the stores because that's where the best air conditioner is. Disney did that by design. They're like, we're gonna have the best air conditioner. Keep these people in the stores. All right, Danny. Let's talk about Walt Disney, A Magical Life. This is something that when it debuted, it got a lot of hate. A lot of negativity, and that's not Walt, that's blah, 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 the pillow guy, and all sorts of things were being said. Now that you have experienced it, what's your takeaway from beginning to end? Because it's not just the animatronic. It's a whole like an hour experience almost.
Yeah, I think the overall experience is really good. If we take the exhibit out, right? The exhibit there right now is beautiful, but if we take the exhibit away and it eventually just becomes like a normal rotating exhibit to match whatever current situations going on at Disneyland like it normally is, and then the U.S. Capitol and U.S. history things return to the lobby of the theater, I think that it still is an amazing thing all around, but right now it's even plussed up with the exhibit that they have, the history of Disneyland, concept artwork that a lot of it I've never seen. Seeing the early animatronics displayed again from Garner was really just a cool thing. Seeing the Barker bird from the Tiki Room, that was really cool because we don't have that anymore, right? That's an old thing at the Tiki Room that doesn't exist anymore. So just seeing everything all together like that, I think all in all, it was very special. The video they showed beforehand was excellent too. Just sharing some information about Disney's life. A lot of people, didn't realize just how hard his life was, right? Like he wasn't just, working in an animation lot and, having his dreams come true and everything was hunky dory. Like he had a lot of periods where he had no money at all, and he was kind of just like hoping and praying that things would work out for the better. He went to war. He was in, the military at like less than 18 years old. Like, so it really gives you a perspective on things that maybe you don't really always pay attention to or realize. And that was the part that we had seen in the Walt One Man's Dream show from Walt Disney World that made its way into this presentation before you see the animatronic. And then the animatronic itself was great in my opinion. We were further away from it, and it looked very realistic when you're seeing it from that far away. And even just in person in general, his movements are very fluid and very human-like. And I enjoyed it. I will go on a limb and say the weird motion of him putting his hand on his hip is still kind of a little awkward. That's probably the only thing that looks weird. But that's just being, picking at semantics. It's like nothing. That's not like a make or break. You know what I mean? Overall, when you look at the whole thing, it's really a beautiful thing. Um, and for a lot of people who are visiting Disneyland, which I think this is the most important thing, Mondo, is that when people come to Disneyland, especially for their first time, they don't realize the connection it has to Walt Disney because they maybe are only gone to Walt Disney World and they don't realize just how historical it is. And so when they see all that and they get to experience this, I feel like it brings it all together for them, and it's almost like a premium experience. It feels like,
Yeah.
that you get to like learn about all this history, and it's great. I enjoyed it. I think it's an excellent addition. I think it's going to be even better when it's rotating regularly with Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln, because that's even more historical, right? That was Walt Disney's favorite thing. Like he built that for the World's Fair, and Lincoln was his favorite president, and that was a huge labor of love for him. And so that being able to continue on alongside his own show, I think is a really special thing for the Opera House to kind of like continue his legacy in the parks moving forward alongside his favorite thing. So
Yeah. For me, the Walt Disney attraction was beautiful. Everything about it, um, it was just, it was something that like I was expecting, but it went over the top, like in all the good ways, from beginning to end, with all the concept arts and like Walt artifacts, and to finish it off with like that. It's like a 12-minute video you watch before the animatronic kicks off. Uh,
mhm.
it was just really cool to in a sense like get to know Walt even more. I never seen that video. I know that video has been out for a long time at other parks or just online, but I've never seen it. So for me, seeing it for the first time, I was like, "Wow, that was really cool," because it really does go kind of from like him being a kid to all the struggles he went through. Like even when he was successful, he was struggling. So it's just all very interesting. As Walt Disney is one of the most interesting people ever. He's living on as an animatronic. Um,
Mhm.
how did you feel? I feel one of the big things before we saw this thing in person was like it doesn't look like him. How do you feel about that statement now after seeing the show?
I think it does look like him. I mean, you can't. I think the reality is that we use technology on this animatronic that we've never used. Right, the way that he moves, the glisten in his eye, the skin, the technology they used for the skin was realistic. So I think those things very much make it feel human. But I think when you try to make something look exactly the same as a person, um, it always looks kind of off. And Demi actually ran into us in the park, and she brought up a good point when we were in the parks. And it's just like, I don't know if any of you guys who are watching have ever done an open casket at a funeral. I've done an open casket before, and I did an open casket for someone that died in a car accident. So I'm sure that their body, wasn't as normally as it looked, after an accident like that. And when you see that person in the open casket, a lot of times they look a little off, right? They've done stuff to the person that, kind of removes the human element. They're also no longer alive with you. And so I feel like it's the same thing, right? They can do only so much to make it look as much as the likeness of the person they're trying to create as much as possible. And I feel like they did do justice with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I think they hit a home run, Danny. For me, an animatronic is always going to look like an animatronic. It's not human. I will say though, when he is sitting down, is when it looks the best. Right here, like in this mode, like that. That's Walt Disney, dude.
yeah, I think so
It,
too. Because then
it's
then when he
just
stands
the
up, it
standing up and the like.
yeah, the little like arm thing.
Yeah, which I don't doubt that that's like a big part of Walt in real life, but when it's translated into the animatronic form, I don't know. It's just off. It just feels off. That's how I feel. But I never felt, Danny, like that's what Walt Disney looks like. Like this is what they create. Like I never felt that way. I when I was in person, I was just like, wow, they did a great job. Like the lighting and the movements and hearing the voice. Like I was amazed. Like I was in awe. I was literally in awe.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too that's um all the people in the comments, not this comments, but the comments on like the social media posts and stuff that were about it, they were all making fun of the voice, saying it sounds AI, but the reality is that it was all things that he said. They were all interviews that he recorded. The quality on all of them is very different, right? Because they're really old and sometimes they were recorded in different ways. So but they just clipped together little interviews that he did into kind of what seemed like a cohesive speech that he would give. But they were all things that he said. So it's all his voice. It's not a generated voice. And then they try to, of course, upgrade it so that it sounds better. But they even made a comment too saying like it's been these are recorded in different qualities, so it may not always sound the same. And then it is all coming from the stage, so it sounds like it's him talking,
Yeah,
rather than playing over the speakers where it might sound a little bit more, you know, like louder. Because there is sometimes where you kind of struggle a little bit to hear what he's saying, depending on where you're sitting in the theater. So I feel like if you are closer, you're going to hear it better. That's for sure. So.
yeah. I sat in the back middle both times, a little more towards the left, like middle left. I thought that was a great spot. I don't know what it feels like sitting in the front or on the right side, but uh, yeah, for me, it was a great show. I loved everything about it. It's so cool that uh, just so much Walt Disney got injected into Disneyland all of a sudden because it's like Walt from the beginning to end, pretty much. Um, from what I know,
Yeah.
Danny, we are the only park that will have Walt Disney. There won't be like a Walt Disney animatronic at all Disney parks. Like that's just not going to happen. Uh,
Yeah, I think it makes sense that it's here, right? The history's here, and so much of what Disney was trying to do with Disneyland Forward was to be able to preserve the history of the park, but also expand, right?
yeah,
And so they had reached a point where there was no possibility for them to expand without also not preserving the history and getting rid of things like the Autopia, or getting rid of things of like the Matterhorn or stuff like that, just so that they would have the ability to make something new to get people to want to come. And this is all part of that. I feel Disney kind of made a decision internally that when it comes to the history, this is where they're going to be preserving it. And things like Walt Disney World, like it's all and anything's on the table. And I think that works for that, right? Like the market that Disneyland has, I feel like is such a special place because nothing can truly compare with Disneyland Resort, right? Disneyland Resort is there's nothing literally like it anywhere, obviously, because it's original and it's Walt Disney's. Magic Kingdom can't say that, right? It was Walt Disney's plan to make Orlando and the Florida project, but whatever they received is nothing that he wanted, right? He didn't want four theme parks. He didn't want Epcot to be the way it was. The Magic Kingdom is not what he wanted it to be.
yeah.
So they all changed everything. So there's really not a lot of history there. So, I don't really jump on board with a lot of the people that like cry when they're losing stuff on the Magic Kingdom. I've talked about it before. I'm not a huge Magic Kingdom fan, so I'm all for the changes they're doing there, and I think that's needed, right? They have to compete with heavy hitters that are coming into the space in Orlando, and Orlando's a really competitive space when it comes to the type of experiences that are available, and Disneyland doesn't really have to worry about that here. It's a destination in of itself because of the history. I'm not going to Walt Disney World for the history. Like I never have and never
Not
will.
that's never crossed my mind, Daddy. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm going to Disney
I can't wait
World.
to experience where Roy walked. You know what I mean? Like something of that nature.
Yeah, and there is a lot of history
I'm
there
going
though
to. I
too.
want to go see Tron. I want to go see Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah, like there is a lot of history in the Magic Kingdom and in Epcot that I love, right? Like I would be sad if I lost some things, like even in Animal Kingdom, right? Like I'm really sad that we're losing Dinosaur. Like I love Dinosaur,
I
but at the
love.
same time I can understand like Dinosaur doesn't really make sense to a lot of people because they didn't watch the movie Dinosaur. So, and it's not really like so historical we can't lose Dinosaur, you know what I mean? I have nostalgia attached to it, but I can understand that like it's not it's not a super historical thing. There
This.
are things too, like I would be very very upset if we ever lost Living with the Land at Epcot. And I feel like there's potentially a time that we might,
Yeah.
and that makes me sad because I know that could happen at some point in the future, and that would be devastating for me. But at the same time, like, I realize Epcot is always going to be changing. That's just the way Epcot's always going to be. So I can't get too attached to anything in Epcot other than Spaceship Earth will probably always be there.
Even all the weird ass moves that we've seen at Epcot, those could change too in 10 years for all we know. You know.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
We got Maui Mama dropping a super chat. Aloha, Mondo. Danny, please say hi to. Uh, can you pronounce these? Dan? I feel like you're going to do a better job than me, dude.
Please say hi to Haloa and Hauli'i Castillo.
Estilo, does the original Magic Band work on the new turnstiles? That's
No,
a.
it does not.
I would say no, right?
Yeah, they've specifically said that it has to be well the reality is Maui Mama, they probably would as far as like activating them, but as far as pairing it with your ticket admission, that's where the issue lies because
Mm,
Disneyland won't allow a Magic Band to be synced to the Disneyland app unless it's a Magic Band Plus. So it's not necessarily a problem with the readers, but a problem with how it reads your admission. And the systems that Disneyland use only work with Magic Band Plus. So
plus,
if you have a Magic Band Plus, even if it's from Disney World, that'll still work. It just has to be Magic Band Plus. It can't be the OG ones that don't light up.
regular Magic Band works just fine at Walt Disney World, right?
Yeah, it still works at Disney
Yeah.
World just fine. There's just a few things you can't do with it there, but like as far as your admission to the park and access to the hotel room, those still work.
Yeah, fast lightning lanes. But hi to Aloha and Hauli. That's the best. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Um, I just want to read this comment, Danny. I thought it was funny. Danny hates Magic Kingdom like Mondo hates movies. I don't hate movies. I love movies. I just gave
I
a
honestly,
great review recently. Like yesterday, I gave a great review, and it's a movie a lot of people hate. So
mhm. I just say if you're for Lord Cheese, I would say like imagine it as someone who. So if you're from here and you're used to Disneyland, right? And this is only coming from the perspective of someone that goes to Disneyland regularly. If you've only ever experienced the Magic Kingdom is the coolest park at Walt Disney World, hands down.
yeah,
Um,
you've never
but
could
if
have.
you've been to, if you
Magic Kingdom's
grew up
amazing.
and went to Disneyland, the Magic Kingdom is like 3 times as large with half as many things to do. So you have to walk five
That's
times
what I
as
was
far
gonna
to do
say. That
so.
it's humongous for no reason. Like honestly,
Yeah, and then it's like there's not as much shade, and it's 3 times hotter with humidity. And for the most part, the attractions are the same. And then they don't have as many of them. And so that's why I don't like the Magic Kingdom because it's like Disneyland, but like I said, I go into the Magic Kingdom and I love doing a few things. So like I'll do Tron, I'll do the Carousel of Progress, I'll do the People Mover, and then I usually used to do Splash Mountain because theirs was so much better than ours. Their Tiana's is the same, really, so that's not really any different anymore. Um, and then if you're going to the Magic Kingdom for the first time and you've never done Feel Our Magic, except for our version of Feel Our Magic, you need to do it there because it was designed for the theater that Disney World has, and then we just put it in our theater, and it's not even the same thing.
I've never
So,
done it there, Danny. There's a lot of things at Magic Kingdom where you're just like, I'm not going to waste my time on it for whatever reasons. That was one of them. I'm like, I have Phil Magic at DCA. You know, I'm not going to do it at
oh
Magic.
no, it's like 50 times better there.
What? Because that one has
Yeah.
animatronics and stuff, right?
There's animatronics. It's the theater is like has a 150-foot screen. Like it's huge. So it's
Yeah.
just incredible.
Jared
Yeah.
says, process to just get to Magic Kingdom makes me exhausted before I even get there. Yeah, there's a lot of things to hate about Magic Kingdom, but when I go to Magic Kingdom, I have a good time if I just show up in the evening. That's kind of been
Yes.
my, because when you
Mm-hmm.
go rope drop, it's just a S show, horrible crowds to get in the park, and like Jared was saying, like you're just mentally like, what do I even do? I'm tired. It's so early, and all the stuff I just went through doing the trolley or the monorails or whatever. However you get to Magic Kingdom, you're just tired. But like when I show up at like five to closing, I have a great time at Magic Kingdom.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's where Magic Kingdom shines. Obviously
That's
they
where it
have the
shines.
best.
Five p.m. and on is where Magic Kingdom shines.
Yeah, like no one's gonna beat Magic Kingdom fireworks show. Like
Yeah.
they have there's no better fireworks show than the Magic Kingdom. Like Disneyland can't compare, and then none of the other parks in the world can even compare because no one shoots fireworks like the Magic Kingdom. They shoot an insane amount of fireworks every single night. So it's just incredible.
Yeah. Real quick, I post my movie reviews on X. So if anybody in the world wants to follow my movie reviews, I post them on X. I know what you did last summer. I just posted this one yesterday. I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. Um, I don't go in there thinking it's going to be some cinema like insane cinematography, insane story. It's a great eat some licorice and popcorn and soda flick. It's really like the movie was. I was having so much fun with the movie that I told my girlfriend I was like, I'm gonna go buy some licorice because this is just a movie that you need a snack to because you're just having so much fun with it. And that's what I know what you did last summer did for me. And we had a great crowd. The crowd was going crazy. All the callbacks that happened, they were going nuts in my theater. But then again, I always watch movies lots of times at City Walk if I can. It's just the best theater anywhere.
City Walk's the best.
It's probably the best theater I almost want to say the United States, but in Southern California, I think it's the best theater.
I
AMC.
want to say it's definitely the best AMC theater, and then the Century City Theater is pretty good too. I would say it's like right up, like really close. I don't live in LA. That's Mondo, so he's closer to all that. So, but if I did live close to City Walk, I would be there all the time.
Yeah,
That would be like my favorite theater.
it just
So,
has all the formats, Prime 3D, Dolby, Laser,
hmm
IMAX 70, like IMAX 3D. I didn't even know IMAX 3D was a thing. I never knew that. To
The
recently.
crazy part, the only thing that sucks about City Walk, the only thing, is that at least for me, I live in Orange County, so like the AMC theaters down here, the food's still expensive, but like when you go to get popcorn and a drink from AMC City Walk, like you will be floored at how
It's
it's you're
hurting.
spending like $40. Like and I was just like I was shocked. I couldn't believe how much money it was. Like At
Yeah.
least in Orange County, you can get those things for like less than $20. But I
Well,
was like,
I can
Jesus.
attest to that because yesterday I bought the licorice, and the guy rang me up, and he was like, I feel like it was like 850 or something. And I was like, "Do I get a discount for being a AMC member?" He's like, "No, but you gain points." I'm like, "Damn, that's not a discount." But whatever. I just really wanted licorice. But lots of times when I go to the movie theater, I'm always going to Trader Joe's. I buy Trader Joe's snacks, candy, chips, whatever. I rarely buy stuff from the theater. But like Danny's saying, AMC City Walk prices are it's like Knott's Berry Farm. It's so funny. You would think Disneyland would be the standard of wow, that's hell of expensive. No, it's actually Knott's and Six Flags. That's where stuff is stupid expensive,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. You would never think that, but that's kind of the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's move on, Danny. We rarely do this, but I really feel like it's a good time to do this, Danny. We're gonna
Uh-oh.
go. I want to go over an article. I haven't read this. I haven't anything. I've just heard tidbits from it. Um, Before we get into this article, it's from IGN.com, so credit to them. But Danny, why the hell is IGN getting this like article? Like, why is IGN getting everything lately? Horror nights, like theme park update. Like, what the heck?
I think Disney's just trying to reach out to. In the fact that the fact of the matter is that the reality is people more and more, and anyone that's watching this can attest to that, right? Like, how often are you going to a website to read something, right? It's pretty rare, unless
Only
you've been
Disney Parks blog, Danny. That's like the only time I go to a website, dude.
yeah, and so there people have been talking about the death of the internet. Like, that's a real thing. You guys can Google that once this live stream is
Me and
over.
Danny were just
Um,
talking about this.
yeah,
Literally,
there's
talk about it.
literally
Talk
just
about it.
watch videos, Google anything about the death of the internet. Like, people predict the death of the internet is coming. Like, and by what I mean is the death of the internet is like people just going to the website and like Google searching something. Because even nowadays, most younger kids, they don't even Google search things. They're just asking Gemini or ChatGPT or
Yeah.
Grok, to answer questions on things that they normally would have Googled from like prior generations. And so I feel like that's to say, like, IGN, I feel like it's more tied to like the younger audiences, and Disney's really trying to reach out to younger audiences because, if they are going to the website in general, they would get redirected to IGN because a lot of times they're following them on social medias and they might get, directed to the website by clicking an article link or something like that. So if they're following them on socials, they might read this article versus like if they gave the article to like LA Times, like what 20 something year old is reading an article on the LA Times, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they're just not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Recently, talk about this like death of the internet. I brought it up to Danny because I think I even mentioned it on a bonfire a while ago. When you search things on Google, it was giving like AI review at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I don't want to say AI review was like 100% right, but it was pretty damn right a lot. And they've removed it, Danny. Now you have to click AI mode. So they made it like another feature. So the AI mode is here. Look at that. But what I was talking to Danny is these like AI reviews or AI answers. It kills traffic tremendously because you're no longer clicking any of these things, recipes from whoever these people are, or even this YouTube video, or you're not clicking any of these websites. Like, you're not even going to page 2 for that matter. You know what I mean? Uh,
Right.
so,
And websites only exist because they can charge ad revenue to
yeah.
advertisers. And if I feel like we're going to see a pretty large shift towards things like YouTube. I think YouTube is going to grow tremendously in the next few years because it has become almost a larger search engine than Google if you do any research on it.
That's so crazy.
And I feel like it's really the only place people are searching for stuff anymore outside of AI, search things like Gemini and ChatGPT. So it's going to be harder for websites to sell advertising anymore. But we'll see an increase of advertisers wanting to advertise on things like YouTube. So
Hmm.
um, I would say YouTube could be a pretty great place for creators, not that the next few years. So
YouTube's the best. I'm gonna say it. YouTube's the best. When it comes down to news, I do like X, just because it's real time. It's just bam, bam, bam. It just creates crazy.
yeah,
No other app is like that, unless someone's live streaming on YouTube. Pontree says, "Yeah, if I didn't work in the media space, I probably wouldn't read articles as much as I do now. I would most likely listen to podcast versions of anything." Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that. We got a super chat. DA dropping the fire. 20. Yay, thank you so much. Hi, Mondo Danny. Glad to see you at Disneyland Resort on July 17th. Thank you for the hugs and being so kind to me. I liked the Walt Disney show, but I hoped the song Feed the Birds would play. I didn't get choked up, in my opinion. Feed the birds! I must.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know
a
what that is. I don't know what that. Tell us what that is, Daddy.
Feed the Birds is definitely that I feel like DA is like a deep cut with that one, right? Like the true Walt fans and like true Disney fans would know how much it would mean to include like Feed the Birds as the outro song instead of When You Wish Upon a Star. But I feel like When You Wish Upon the Star just like hits the feels for a lot more people. Feed the Birds, even though it was Walt Disney's favorite song, um,
Really? That is his
and
favorite song.
it is, yeah. He famously said it was his favorite song from like all the movies that he did.
Let me play it real quick. I just
So
want to hear it, Danny.
The little bears, though her word.
Man, I have to say, Wishing Upon a Star, I think would have hit. For me, it hits harder. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
yeah, so
But
it
I
was
get
good.
it.
It's a good.
It's his favorite song. It would have been a good combo. I get it.
It would have, and they famously used to play that all the time in Club 33. I don't know if they do anymore, but back in the day, in the old Club 33, they would do that. Um, and they also used to play it at Carthay, and they used to play it in the Opera House too on Main Street, which is where the show is. So, who knows? Maybe it makes a return later on, and they could change the show. Really, that ending part could be changed really at any time. It's not even really, it's just a reprogramming. So
Yeah, just different animation. Honestly, it could just be a different song. Like it's same animation, different song. Um, but I don't see it changing, Danny. I think like Abraham Lincoln, I don't think has changed much, right? Like in like 25 years or more.
yeah, I really hope that Golden Dream comes back when you're leaving the Lincoln Theater, which I'm pretty sure it will because it's going to be a different show, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that show is that song is so nostalgic for me because that originated. I don't even know where it originated. I know, ironically, I know that song from the American Adventure Pavilion in Epcot before I knew it in the Lincoln Theater, and maybe it was always there first. I don't know, but when I hear it, I think of the American Adventure Pavilion. I don't think of the Lincoln Show, but I always liked hearing that because it reminded me of Disney World when I was here. So
Da, by the way, nice meeting you. I appreciate all your support so much, and also thank you for being so kind. Are you kidding me? Uh, for some reason, when I heard the Feed the Birds, I just think I wish there was like some kind of attraction where Willy Wonka just existed at any of these theme parks. Does Universal or Disney own Wonka, Danny? Do we know?
no, I think Universal does.
Universal does. I just want to
Yeah.
hear that. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Oh, Willy Wonka ride would go so hard. I love Willy Wonka, especially the new iteration of Wonka. I watched that like 3 times in the theater. Mondo, just wanted to let you know that all HHN houses are expected to be announced by the 6th of August. My friend will be one of the operations leads for that event. Hey, I'm down for that. That seems to go in line with everything will be announced before Midsummer, and Midsummer is just kind of like, let's go into detail. Thank you for that info, Daniel. We got a super chat. Parking things with Johnny. I know we are excited about Fast and Furious Coaster, but we all got to check out Falcon's Flight. They're already testing rides. Looks insane. I might have to travel someday to ride it, even though I'm a little scared. Falcon's Flight... The only person I ever hear talk about Falcon's Flight, if I'm not mistaken, is Wallen Ballin. Is that Abu Dhabi?
It's in. I don't know if it's in Abu Dhabi, but it's in the UAE, and it's in the UAE or I don't know exactly where it is.
Somewhere far. Like it's not
in the Middle East. It's in the Middle East, and it's literally something I would never do. I would never even consider it.
Yeah, like I was reading the comments about it one time, and somebody was like, "This thing is just not safe." Like the extreme aspect of it is just like you're asking a lot from people's bodies. I was like, "Damn." I don't know. I have to say, Johnny, I don't know much about Falcon's Flight. I've seen a couple times on Twitter. It looks insane. Like it has to be 120 degrees out there. First of all, it's a crazy ass roller coaster. It's shocking. I don't even know how else to say it. It's shocking. So, Mondo, they have Star Tours closed at the moment for refurb. Do you think they're just cleaning and adding some magic in there? Yeah, there's nothing cool coming to Star Tours in regards to addition until Mandalorian, and that'll be next year with the movie. If there's no delays, for all we know, there's delays. They're just refurbing it. It's an old ride. Richard Sherman mentioned in many interviews that Walt would tell him to play it, and he knew immediately what he was talking about. Mine would be pure imagination. Just hit it. Warner Brothers owns Willy Wonka. Damn, that's not Universal then. It must be on HBO Max then. I'm gonna watch that movie today. I have HBO Max. All right, let's get into this article. We got so many delays. So an article.
Well, before we start the article, real quick.
Another delay. I can't do it.
Another delay, but this is just a 2-second delay.
No, just go.
It's related
I'm just
to
kidding.
the article. It's related to the article. So Walt Disney, Bob Iger gave a speech before the parks opened that morning that was just for invited guests and the media. A few of us waiting outside the gates, like Mondo and I, were lucky enough to kind of hear it in the distance, and I filmed it. If you follow me on X that day, I was posting a lot of stuff on X. I filmed the train coming up with all the characters on it and stuff. But Bob Iger mentioned in the interview that day that he called Avatar a land for the first time since they've ever said anything. he's called it a land finally. And so it's not an Avatar destination. It's not an Avatar experience. He called it an Avatar land. He said it in the interview. And that was exciting because he also went on to say that it was like something that was new and something that people are not ready, and it's going to be like a totally new thing, and people are going to like be floored by it. And then Mazloom, as Mondo will read right now, echoes the same sentiment. So maybe they're starting to change their verbiage a little bit on this. So
it's no longer an experience for like 4 years, right? Dude, that video went viral, Daddy. I didn't know. Dude, I remember you said it was like popping off. Dude, 45,000.
Yeah.
Look at that. You'll never see that again, probably. All these characters on the freaking train. That's cool, dude. That is so cool. It almost get like phantasmic vibes. You know what I mean? Bunch of characters
Hmm.
on something. Oh man. All right, let's hold on. We got a super chat. Hold on. Did we get a super chat? Yes, we did. Johnny dropping $2. How about that $250 key coming to Disney? I had a chance to see it. Pictures don't do justice on this thing, because like when you look at that, it doesn't really like, oh, it's gigantic. No, this thing is gigantic. It's humongous. Um, Danny, what are your thoughts on a $250 key to Disneyland?
I don't know what it does. Like, does it light up? Is it
It
just a
it looked
replica?
it had buttons and it has those little like it has a little things down the keys, so I think it will light up. I think it
If
will.
it lights up, I think that's pretty cool. It's like a cool way to like commemorate something, like that. Um, I don't know why you just wouldn't display the regular key, but you know,
Do you,
whatever.
do you think Disney goes full I don't want to call it greed, but full business mode and they're like, "Hey, there's going to be 9 different pins that come with this thing and you would essentially have to buy 9 of these." Was it 9 pins that you get on the little version?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you think they'll do like 9 pins on the big version? They could, honestly.
they could honestly, but I hope not.
What is that? 9 times 250. I'm just curious. 9 times 250. 2,250 bucks, dude. If you bought 9 of them. You know what's the crazy part? There's enough super diehard Disney fans that would do that, and there's resellers, and you know, there's just a lot of people that are going to buy. I'm, if you ask me, my opinion, this will sell out right away. It's not even going to last a day, I bet. Just because the resale on this thing is going to be stupid, whatever it'll be. And there's people in Florida, in other states, they want this. And probably the only way to get it will be at Disneyana. Now that I'm talking about it, I want to buy one. I'm just kidding. There's no way. I don't want something of that size it's just a paperweight, just to look cool. Um, yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about this article, Danny. I feel like this might take us a little time. Hold on. Let me close. Thank you, Johnny, for the super chat.
Oh, someone brought up a good point. What would be really cool, Mondo, is if um if that thing came with all the pins that the other one comes with.
Yeah, 250 sounds good. Sounds good. If it has all the pins and whatever, I get it. But we don't have any details. Disney just wanted to flex that at Tiziana for no reason. All right, IGN article. Disneyland president Thomas Maslum on the park's past, present, and great big beautiful Disneyland forward on its 70th anniversary. So he really wanted to talk about this. It's kind of weird, Danny, that we went from like a Josh D'Amaro to Kathleen Campbell, and then to who did we just have? The guy before this guy,
Rebecca Campbell was the one
Rebecca
in the
Campbell,
pandemic,
and then
and then and then
the
it was Pot Rock.
Pot Rock. Those people have been very social media like interactive. This dude, nothing. Like we've got nothing from him. So I thought that was kind of odd. Like, does he have an Instagram? I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know. He
Yeah.
might. He might. He. I've only seen him a few times in the parks. He's certainly not as much of a charismatic public figure as like Josh D'Amaro was when he was the president of Disneyland. And
Even
Ken Potrock
Paul
too.
Rock was pretty out there, like meeting and
Yeah,
greeting.
Ken Potrock was pretty like, so he's a little bit more reserved. Maslum came from like the premium experiences segment of Disney parks, so like the cruise line, the Adventures by Disney. So like a more of the elevated like private experiences. So maybe
Yeah,
he's just, he's not so used to like the pomp and circumstance of like being the main stage of like Disneyland, all the time. So
yeah. Let me see. What do we got? I haven't read this, Danny. This is all new to me, dude. 70 years ago, Walt Disney woke up in his now iconic apartment above Main Street. Okay. I want to see the conversations about. There we go. Does it go? They talk about that. We don't need to hear about that. Here we go. Four keys to the four keys to Disneyland's success. Dreaming is only one piece of the puzzle. However, as so much goes into making these dreams come true for Maslam, there are four keys as to why Disneyland is as successful as it is, and it all starts with people. For those unfamiliar, Disney employees are not. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to go into that. Where does he talk about parks? This is my first time looking at this thing, but I know there's a lot about the future. Is there just like they go into the future?
mm-hmm.
There it is. There it is. My bad, Danny. My bad. There it is. Disneyland Forward will bring new Marvel, Avatar, and Coco experiences, but that's only the beginning. That's kind of crazy, Danny, that they're referring to as only the beginning. Are we turbocharging the expansion to Disneyland, to Pixar Place Hotel? Because that's where else would it be? You know what I
Well, I
mean?
think he means only at the beginning because remember, Disneyland Forward was supposed to give them enough space to have all these options to potentially expand in the next 40 years. So Disney has 40 years worth of land to expand into should they choose to use it, right? So,
And Toy
but this
Story
is,
parking lot.
and to yeah, that's part of the land. So it's interesting though. I haven't heard anyone in Disney use the term Disneyland Forward because Disneyland Forward was just the name of the initiative they were trying to push when they were trying to get this passed, right? Because there's no specific project that's called Disneyland Forward. It's just name of the
The
thing that they were
proposal.
trying to get approved.
Yeah.
So I honestly was kind of hoping that Disneyland Forward would go away because it confuses a lot of people. Because a lot of people who don't follow it as close, who just read news articles and hear it through creators online, think that Disneyland Forward is something that's going to get built and then it's going to open one day, and it's not any of that. It's just the ability for them to build
Like I'll
land.
give you an
And so
example that like in I don't know 3 years, people are gonna be like Disneyland Forward is full steam ahead. What did they build? A parking structure. What? You know what I mean? The harbor. That's a big deal of the Disneyland Forward.
yeah, I just wish that they would stop talking about Design Forward and it would just go away
Yeah.
because it did its purpose. The 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 thing was passed, so Disneyland has been able to rezone all of the land that it owns so that it can be used for theme parks. So now all the space that Disneyland owns is their choice to build whatever they want on it,
Mhm.
including theme park stuff. So now that was successful. So now they just need to get rid of Disneyland Forward from any sort of marketing or materials because it's just going to confuse everyone. Because then all these people are going to think it's some kind of project. Like,
Yeah.
oh, when are you gonna build Disneyland Forward on the Simba parking lot? That's not. It's not what. It's not what it's called. It's not called Disneyland Forward. It's
Like
just.
like an example, like Villains Land. You know what I mean? That is Villains Land. That will be built. Disneyland Forward is like it could just be all hotels for all we know. You know,
Yeah, it could be. They literally could build like they
just
could use all that
hotels.
space for hotels if they wanted
I'd be
to.
so. I'd be kind of happy, kind of sad. It'd be brutal, but I get it. When you ask most any Disneyland fan, what they want to know about regarding the future of the park, they will undoubtedly say Disneyland Forward. No, that's not true. This, I honestly, I want a dragon more than this Disneyland Forward thing. I want my dragon back, man. This exciting development plan, which was approved by City 2024, will not only see a minimum of $1.9 billion invested in Anaheim in the next 10 years, but also make way for exciting new experiences for Marvel, Avatar, and Coco. While Maslam wasn't quite ready to share any big revelations on Disneyland Forward, he did reveal some exciting new details and insight into what they're most excited about Disneyland's future. We first touched upon Avenger Campus expansion, which will see Marvel's themed area double in size with 2 new attractions, Infinity Defense and Stark Flight Lab. Avengers Infinity Defense will see guests teaming up with Avengers to go on a multi-world adventure to take down King Thanos, while Stark Flight Lab will see the return of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark and let guests feel what it's like to fly like Iron Man. And they are full steam ahead at these projects, by the way. When you see these 2 attractions, it will almost get the feel of Galaxy's Edge, as it will be an entire land filled with Marvel characters, Maslam said. The Avatar experience is next up, and it promises to draw inspiration from Avatar: The Way of Water and upcoming Avatar films, and bring Pandora, which already lives at Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom, to Disney California Adventure. Avatar is another big one, Maslam said. It's going to be extremely unique and a place unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's just absolutely incredible, and it will take the entire resort to compete to a complete new level again. Wow. Let's just touch on that. I don't really care to talk about the Avengers stuff, but the Avatar, Danny, it's absolutely incredible, and it will take the entire resort to a complete new level again. Holy man, that's huge, dude. I almost want to say, we never hear a Disneyland president talk like that, Danny. That's crazy. What are your thoughts, man? Hearing that from literally the Disneyland president.
It's incredible, because when we think about the Disneyland Resort going to a new level, the times that it did that were when Galaxy's Edge opened, when Disney California Adventure opened, when Cars Land and the rebranding of Disney California Adventure opened. Those were when the resort went to different levels. And so this being on that scale is big, and it's going to mean a lot, right? Like, this is a really big immersive experience coming to Disney California Adventure Park that doesn't exist there except for Cars Land, truly. And as much as they try to change Avengers Campus, that land, in my opinion, will never be immersive. Regardless of them trying to say that it's going to be, it's not going to be. So but this will be. And Cars Land very much is, right? So like, this will be on that level. And to have a park that has those 2 really immersive experiences in it like that, is so great. Like, it's going to be amazing. And truly, honestly, like, when you compare it even to like Disney World, there's not really a lot of places that offer that much stuff to do in one park. Because like, even though Animal Kingdom has Pandora World of Avatar, there's also, like, once Disney California Adventure starts getting all this stuff, they're going to really be like a top contender for like so much stuff to be able to do in one park. So it's incredible. And
is this new concept art right here?
That's new-ish. When they released the concept art that you've been showing lately, when you showed that concept art of the monorail and the new parking structure bridge.
Oh, they dropped this? Okay. Yeah. Oh, so it is kind of new.
Yeah. So it's an updated version of kind of what we're expecting to experience. A different perspective, a little bit scaled down than what we saw before. not as grand of a scale, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
as what we saw before. But that was the case when Disney World was building their or Pandora World of Avatar. Their concept art was so grand. It was, and I mean, even though their land is very much a grand place,
Yeah.
um, it's not nearly as grand as what it was showing in the concept art originally. So this gives us this perspective that it's, in my opinion, like we don't know anything about it yet, but from what I can gather, it looks like it's going to be probably a land, right, with one major, very thrilling attraction, because that's what Bob Iger was talking about. It's going to be a thrilling, very thrilling boat attraction. So we can only guess it's probably going to be like the Pirates of the Caribbean at Shanghai Disneyland, but maybe more updated with current technology. And then probably we can expect either like snack stands or maybe even like a restaurant. And if that's all it was, plus the immersive, landscape and like different things you can walk around and experience, I think that would be beautiful in and of itself, in that space there. I mean, there's no cohesive theme at all inside Disney's California Adventure when it comes to Hollywoodland. So anyone trying to protect anything in Hollywoodland is literally laughing at themselves, because that land has been just literally torn to pieces from what it used to be. It used to be called Hollywood Pictures Backlot. It had a cohesive theme. It's been jerry-rigged and cut up into a million different pieces. They put in a bar in the corner of the park. They took away its food court. They took away the main Who Wants to Be a Millionaire attraction. We lost Muppet Vision 3D. They just shoved in PhilharMagic in there.
Yeah.
Then somehow the animation building exists, but only one of the things that's still there that originally was. So like, even Monsters Inc. isn't an original attraction. It's a redo of an attraction that was already at California Adventure, and they didn't even bother to remake stuff for it. They just put Monsters Inc. theme on top of it, and even the animatronics are the same. They just have Monsters Inc. skins on top of them.
And it works so
So
good somehow, which is crazy.
and the thing is, the reality is there's no cohesive theme in Hollywood Pictures Backlot. So nothing is being lost in that land, okay? And no one can argue otherwise. There's literally nothing being lost in that land. There's no original theme left to California Adventure anymore. There's not even any original theme left to that land after California Adventure's redo. So that land is truly lost, and anything that can come to that land in addition to it is only going to be good. And anyone saying otherwise is just being stubborn for the sake of being stubborn. There's literally no one that can argue otherwise, because the land is literally the worst part of California Adventure. Easily. Easily.
I don't know, Danny. We got the food truck back there. That's pretty solid. Food truck's pretty solid. Oh man, a little bit of me is gonna miss Monsters Inc. because when do we get another Monsters Inc. attraction at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure? It's gonna be. I feel like something in my heart says Disney California Adventure will never get Monsters Inc. anything anymore, because they want you to travel to Florida. Go do the land over there. Go do the Cars or the Doors roller coaster. Like you have to do. You want Monsters Inc. You got to go to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna Magic Kingdom lock it. That's what I.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not at Magic Kingdom, by the way. It's at Hollywood Studios.
Or sorry, Hollywood Studios. Yeah, I meant Walt Disney World. That's what I meant. I meant Walt Disney.
Yeah, but I agree, and I love that. I love that. Like I love that I can go travel to Hollywood Studios and experience Monsters Inc. in like a whole land with like ice cream and like Harryhausen's restaurant and like the roller coaster. To me, that's how I had always wanted Monsters
They
Inc.
might
to
even
be.
get a show too, like Monsters Inc. show.
Yeah, that's how I've always wanted Monsters Inc. to be. I want it to be Monstropolis, right? I
Just
want to be able
fully
to.
flushed out, and it'll happen
Mhm.
at Hollywood Studios.
And I think it fits very well in Hollywood Studios, in my opinion.
Yeah. Real quick before we keep going, Ian, super chat. Thank you for supporting the fund. Thank you, Ian. Any update on the thing at Fantastic Four meet and greet? Sounds like he might be there. So
I'm curious.
these are just rumblings, right? This is Speculation Sunday. I heard the thing will be in his like rock form. He will be the thing. It won't be human form. So that's good to
I
hear.
hope. I
Yeah.
hope so.
The thing I'm still not certain if they're meeting and greeting at the Tomorrowland Terrace or if they're going to be meeting and greeting in the theater, the Tomorrowland Theater, which is kind of random. But I've heard rumblings that they might want that stuff indoors, mainly probably because of the heat, and they're trying to do that Herbie robot too, right? So this Fantastic Four thing is a very big deal. I will be there at rope drop. That's how it's important to me. I want to see it.
See, what day is that, Mondo?
I think it's Thursday, dude. Let me look. Hold on. It might be Friday, Danny.
Is it Wednesday?
Fantastic Four.
Well, Fantastic Four is coming out on Thursday, but when do they start meeting?
Did Disney ever give us a date? So it says July 25th is when the movie officially. So Friday, they will debut. I don't know if Disney will do a media thing the day before. Maybe I don't know, but I heard it is Friday, so I'll be there.
Mhm.
Dropping. I should. You know what? Right now, let me get my reservation. Now
Get
that
it locked.
I
Get it
know.
locked. I would
That's what I'm
say,
talking about.
honestly, I would say the Tomorrowland Theater would be a great thing, right? Fantastic Four is hugely important, right? It's like it's marking the beginning of the next phase of Marvel. So the last phase ended already. I forgot which movie or series ended the phase of Marvel that we had, and Four begins the next phase. And so it's a huge change for them because it's also like this next phase of Marvel is also like a huge change as far as the direction they're going, and like the
I think
potentially
it was
even
Ironheart. Danny was the end, and Fantastic Four
yeah
the new.
yeah,
Yeah,
and so like this is also going to be like introducing like mutants and X-Men, and maybe we see some more X-Men stuff, which is phenomenal, and I hope so. Um, so it's a big deal. So and honestly, too, Mondo, if you remember, we used to use that Tomorrowland Theater all the time for like movie previews, all the time,
I
and
saw
people
Toy
would
Story
love going
4.
seeing there. People would love going there to see like movie previews. So how cool would it be to like
Did they do
to watch a
Incredibles in
movie
there?
preview? I don't even remember, but how cool would it be to do a movie preview of Fantastic Four, and then as soon as the preview's done, they come out, or maybe they come out first, introduce the movie preview, and then the movie preview starts. You know what I mean?
Like
So
you get like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then
exactly
the
like they
characters
did with
come out.
Tron and all that
That'd be
stuff.
sick. Oh, first 10 minutes. I heard Fantastic Four, like its opening, whatever. It's good. Like it's really good. So, man, I can't wait. We got another super chat from Johnny dropping the fire. I stand by Danny's opinion, just like we don't need Tron here. Bring things other parks don't have. I hope we get Moana or Lilo and Stitch or both.
It's true, Mono. I hope.
I
I
thought
hope
it was
Moana
a
gets an
crime
attraction.
that there's two identical Galaxy's Edges. I hate that. I hate it, man.
Well, I think Disney was kind of really thinking along the lines of Harry Potter, right? They were trying to make their own version of Harry Potter at the time, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter was on the West Coast and the East Coast, and they were basically identical. So I think they were trying to recreate that in their own version, and that's kind of why we have that, I feel.
Yeah, and being Disney, just seeing the success, you're like, why don't we do the same thing? I could see it, but I don't know. I feel, for whatever reason, when I think of Walt Disney World, it's like I want to travel to these things because I don't have it. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about like Universal Orlando. Is like they got Men in Black. They got E.T. You know, we don't got that anymore. Their Mummy is totally different. Especially when you go to Islands of Adventure, we don't have none of that. We don't have any of that. So I just like traveling to things that we don't have. So like Cosmic Rewind, Tron, those are like the big ones. They're Magic Kingdom's Jungle Cruise, so awesome. I freaking love their Jungle Cruise. I hope we get a Moana ride. I don't know how they would do it, like what route they're trying to go. Lilo and Stitch not having an attraction, or just Stitch. Stitch not having an attraction is a crime. I don't know how the hell something so proven and successful from like audience and money, Stitch not having an attraction of any sort is ridiculous. He has a dance party in Tomorrowland. That doesn't count.
Or what about the number one
Terrible.
watch thing? What about the number one watch thing ever, Moana only having a walkthrough experience?
Crime, dude. Literally. I don't know what to say, Danny. It's the walkthrough thing is cool, but like
It's the coolest. It's the coolest, but Moana needs a ride, right?
She needs a ride. Like I just feel like say I'm in charge at Walt Disney World, and somebody presents this insane idea for Moana. I would just greenlight it. Let's do it. I am not scared to spend a lot of money to bring Moana attraction to life. Like it's gonna be successful, and Moana ain't going nowhere. There's probably gonna be Moana 5 at some point, for all we know. Jess, 48 months. Oh, 4 years with this awesome chat. I can't believe it. That's crazy. 5 Fires, way to support, subscribe, share the channel with friends and family, become a channel member. Seriously, I can't. That's just like, I can't even wrap my head around 4 years. Holy smokes. I still can't. I can't believe we've been doing this so long. And I look at every day like it's my first day. I have just as much fun, literally, as the first day. I have more fun now, actually, than the first days. But thank you, Jess. Holy macaroni. We also got Triple C. Hi, guys. I'm visiting Disneyland Resort this Tuesday. Do you think the crowds will be large? Thank you, guys, for all that you do. I'll let Danny go first.
I don't think so at all. I think you're picking a really good time to go. It might be gross hot and humid, which is weird for us here in Southern California, but it seems to be the case right now. But you're going to probably have really low crowds. I mean, it's quite literally the most expensive time to go to Disneyland as far as tickets go. All the annual passes are still pretty much blocked out, and you're probably going to have a really great time. You won't even need to buy a genie, honestly.
No, it's not needed.
Yeah, I would say don't even buy the genie that day, or I don't even want to call it genie anymore. I'm still used to calling it genie. Now it's just
lightning lane. multi pass lightning lane.
Yeah, so you don't need to buy that. I don't think. I think you can just enjoy your day, just queuing up in the regular standby, and having a good time that way. But I think you're gonna have an amazing time on that day. It's probably gonna be great.
The crowds have been like last week was a weird one because like the 3 weeks before that, it's been empty. And after July 17th, Disneyland's birthday, it went back to being empty. It was just some kind of crazy higher crowd last week. But it's been so dead that Disneyland literally dropped the virtual queue for Walt Disney Magical Life the very next day. They didn't even do the second virtual queue, which is at 12. They only did the 7 a.m. to realize, wow, there's nobody at Disneyland. Just stand by it. Yeah, it's just, like Danny said, it's very expensive to go to Disneyland right now, and people are blocked. You're choosing a great time to go to the parks, but just be prepared. It is hot. It's been like a nasty hot, like that hot that just drains your energy. That's the hot that it's been lately. It's been a battle out there. But Triple C, good luck. I hope you have the bestest of day at Disneyland. We also got Carla Kiko. Carla Kiko. I had a chance to see Carla from the distance in the Walker Chronicles yesterday. They went to Trader Sam's. Lucky.
They did, and they finally got to I think they met up with Rudio yesterday or
Oh,
today actually, to experience the Walt Disney attraction and all the other stuff. So
Carla and Kiko. I wonder, did they post anything on their stories?
I know Rudy did, for sure.
Let's see.
We have Dojo or Dujo in the chat, Mondo, that said they started watching you during COVID when you were doing the Christmas lights drive-throughs with me and Mystery Bay.
Let's go! Seriously, thank you. Thank you for sticking with us for so long. Truly honored, honestly.
Dude, that was a I kind of miss those times sometimes.
Dude, I miss the freeways not being busy, I'll tell you that much. Wow. I remember one time, for whatever reason, I was doing Disneyland and Universal on the same day. And from Disneyland to Universal, I almost want to say it was 25-minute drive. And you're like, no. When there's no cars, Disneyland and Universal is not far. When there's no traffic, bloop, I honestly want to say it was like 20 or 30 minutes. Like it was not a lot. I was just like, what the hell? These things are not that far from each other. But Carla, Kiko, they did post something on their Instagram. Look at that. Dang. I told Kiko, I was like, just get the tiki rum and the Krakatoa punch. Like, you will not go wrong if you do those. What's your go-to, Danny, at Trader Sam's if you were going to get a drink?
Krakatoa punch or the shipwreck on the rocks.
Yeah, no, ship. Is that what they got? Is that the one at the bottom right there? What's that big ass one? What is that?
The Oa.
Oh yeah. The yeah, that thing's crazy. You got a cool show out of that one. Did they get food? Oh man, look at that! Damn, Carla Kiko doing things right with the.
Oh, and I finally got Mondo to try the
birria.
I finally got Mondo to try the shaken oat milk espresso horchata from Starbucks.
Yeah, Daddy getting all fancy. I get a cold brew black. That's it. Nothing in it. Just coffee.
If you guys haven't tried the new summer horchata oat milk shaken espresso from Starbucks, like, go get that. It is so good. It tastes like you can taste the horchata in it. Oh my gosh, it's like, and getting that at Disneyland is like even better somehow.
Oh yeah, Carla Kiko, thank you so much for the gift of membership. We also got Big Rags, 22 months. 22. Happy Sunday, everybody! Excited for my first HHN in Hollywood. Have only done Orlando. What? You are in for a treat, my friend. I don't care what anybody says. HHN Hollywood is way better than Orlando. I know there's a lot of people like, oh, Orlando, original, blah, 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 blah. From the experience that you get in regards to like scares and the aggressiveness of these mazes, Hollywood is king. That's my opinion. You're gonna be like, damn, I don't know if I'm going back to Orlando. You're gonna keep coming to Hollywood, Big Rags. But thank you for 22 months, my friend. My Alyssa, Mondo Jenny, have you drawn Duffy or Shelly May at Animation Academy yet? I was so happy they're getting more recognition. Why are they not meet and greets? It is so stupid that they are not meet and greets. And they could do them inside. They don't have, these characters are too hot. They could do them outside or inside. They could put them inside somewhere. Have you done any drawing? I haven't been to Animation Academy since like 2022. I don't know the last time I've been there.
Yeah, I haven't done any drawings lately at Animation Academy, but I think Duffy and Shelly May would definitely bring me back for sure. So I'd want to do one of those and try it out and see kind of how good I can do on those. I feel like they'd be kind of hard to draw almost. I always feel like whenever I try to draw characters that have ears like that, even with like Mickey, for some reason, I always do ears that are just too big so they look weird.
I honestly, Animation Academy is a really cool experience, especially the cast members that work it. They always make it so fun. I just haven't done it in a long time. I don't go in there. If I go in there, it's probably because I have Max, and we're gonna go to Turtle Talk with Crush. So I don't go to animation. Jamie Lynn, do you think we get a WWE announcement this week or next week? SummerSlam is 2 weeks away. Big event for WWE. Somebody who knows probably too much of Horror Nights, they said we're going to get an announcement on Thursday. And, gosh, I don't even know how to bring it up. You know those little pieces, those stained glasses that have been getting filled? We had the Ghoul from Fallout, and then we had Jason, and now we had Art the Clown for Terrifier. Supposedly the one under Art the Clown will be announced this week. And everybody argued. I thought Art the Clown would be the centerpiece because
I thought Freddy Fazbear would be the centerpiece.
Well, that's what everybody argued with me. They're like, no, Freddy is the centerpiece. I was like, okay, whatever. We haven't got it yet, and the house has been announced, but whatever. So what I'm trying to say is the bottom right side under Art the Clown, that house will be announced, and if it's WWE, I hope it's a good one. I don't know what the heck to expect out of WWE. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. WWE has a panel at Comic-Con about the toy line. Damn, a lot of different stuff going to Comic-Con that I'm not used to. Brian says, if you ever get a chance to save up and go to Universal Studios Japan in Beijing, HHN, you won't like HHN in the US. Anytime we go to these parks in Japan, they just ruin everything. Their parks are insane out there. They're just next level out there.
Yeah.
All right, the biggest digress ever. Back to the article. We're almost done here. Coco is also getting a new attraction at DCA. This ride will draw inspiration from Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, and will see guests joining Miguel on a trip to the land of the dead. Coco's one of my favorites, Maslam said with a smile. I think it's one of the most beautiful IP that we have that resonates so well, especially with the audience here on the West Coast in Southern California. It's just so beautiful. Maslam also shared that recently announced parking structure with approximately 6,000 parking spaces and transportation hub will unlock Disneyland Forward and will start paving the way for Coco attraction as soon as the garage is finished. As for what else we might see in Disneyland Forward, Muslim gave an exciting tease about what may be in store for years ahead, and signed Disneyland will never be content and will always be looking for new ways to excite and captivate guests from around the world. I just think right now that we have so much left with Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm alone. What? Lucasfilm? What does that? I didn't know he said that. And then, of course, there's Walt Disney Animation Studio. I think you're going to see some developing of movies that we haven't even announced yet that I would love to see. So unfortunately, I can't give specifics, but I think there's so much great stuff coming out from our studios that I'm absolutely convinced a few of them will be around here. We have lots of stories left to tell. What? Katie, did you know he said that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that posted on Twitter. Okay, hold on. So he's saying that new movies are coming out that he's excited about that he would like to see in the parks. That's how I'm interpreting, right?
Yeah, and
how do you take that? How do you take that? We're gonna see some garbage Elio somehow. I'm just kidding.
No, I think right now we have within Pixar, meaning like we're gonna have Coco coming, Marvel, we're gonna have all this other new stuff, Lucasfilm, we're gonna have Mandalorian and Grogu come to and completely take over the
The
Millennium
Falcon.
Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction.
It'll never go
Um,
back to Hondo Honaka. I'm just gonna put it out there.
yeah, honestly, I could see them just replacing the Hondo animatronic with Grogu or with a Mandalorian one and just call it a
Oh,
day.
totally, dude.
But I think it's it's exciting. There's a lot of stuff. We randomly got a window on Main Street for Zootopia out of
Yeah,
nowhere. So
yeah. Oh man.
is
Uh,
that foreshadowing? I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Dude, let me bring that up real quick, Danny, because I consider you the Zootopia expert. You're the Zootopia expert around here in the Five Fires world. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Zootopia window. What? We are getting Zootopia this year, by the way. Uh, where could even a Zootopia go? I know that's a ridiculous question to ask right now, but where? It would have to be Pixar Place Hotel side, right?
I have no idea. I mean, right now, I would see. Yeah, obviously, it's going to go into an area that would have to be outside the gates of the parks because we've really reached the limit. With Avatar taking up the last bit of space at DCA, you know, um, that's not still within the park, and then Coco's kind of taking up some of the space that's within the park, and then over at Disneyland side, we're going to be getting a new Autopia soon, but I don't know how that looks because we haven't heard anything about that yet. So I have no idea where something like Zootopia would go, honestly.
You know where it would go? It would go in that expansion where Pixar Place Hotel is. And the reason I say that, Zootopia, is it Hong Kong that got Zootopia? Or Shanghai?
Shanghai.
Shanghai. It has a lot of buildings. And with buildings, you could put a big ass show building behind and nobody would know. That's the perfect element that would go great in the Pixar Place side. I don't know if it would be Disneyland or DCA. I don't know where they would stick that, but I feel like that's something that would go that way, Danny. Or honestly, it could even go Toy Story. You know what I mean? Big ass show building behind buildings because it's all in theme. It's all in theme of Zootopia. But damn, I didn't know this president dude was saying this stuff. What other big projects are coming for 2026?
Well, he actually shed some light on something. So he said in his article that we wouldn't see Coco start construction until basically the parking structure was just about ready because
Yeah, that's
he made mention that the parking structure would unlock the construction for Coco, and we already know that Disney has kind of moved forward with prioritizing Avatar. It almost seems like is we know that Avatar will come after Coco, but it's but Avatar is going to require so much construction for so long. Um, they're going to start it soon, obviously, right? Obviously, we know that Monsters Inc. is closing early next year, and early next year is just around the corner, right? After Halloween is Christmas, and then it's 2026. So early next year could be January, could be February, could be March, could be April for all we know. So they're going to close Monsters Inc. and they're not going to just close it and then not let anyone be in it. If they're closing it in that time frame, that means they're going to tear it down. So the deconstruction of Hollywoodland, which is like the first step to like opening up that space, is really going to mark the beginning of Avatar, which is going to take forever. It's still going to open around the time of the Olympics, which is sooner than Mondo and I thought. But
when I thought of Avatar, I was like, that's going to be at the 5th year of Josh Tomorrow's, you know what I mean, announcement.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like 2030. I didn't expect it to be 2028. So
Yeah.
crazy that Avatar is coming
We are
so
in
much
for
more
some
fast.
gnarly years in 28, 29, Danny. It's going to be crazy.
Mhm.
Let me keep going on this article. We may not know the exact details of what secrets Disneyland Forward holds, but Muslim proudly shared what he knows, without a shadow of a doubt, will keep Disneyland the happiest place on earth. The real magic behind all of Disneyland, meaning everything we build and how we deliver it, is how we make people feel, Maslam said. It's the human connection that's so difficult to replicate that we are going to take with us into the next 70 years. Disneyland's a special place where the world is okay, everyone is welcome, and the most importantly, people can reconnect with each other. I think that value, that human value, makes the happiest place on earth. He keeps referring to human. Were the people in charge before him not about human? Like, it's kind of weird. But cool article from IGN. And I was reading, like, I was just curious, like, what are some of the big movies next year, Danny, coming out of Disney? We have Toy Story 5, Mandalorian and Grogu, Hoppers, which could be a big deal. We'll see with Pixar. Moana, which is going to be the live action version. I'm sure $1 billion. It's Moana. They have Avengers Doomsday, Ice Age 6 for some reason. Spider-Man, brand new date. Damn, I didn't know Spider-Man was next year. Wow. Disney got a lot of big stuff. A lot of very big stuff next year.
Also, Mondo, with Hoppers, the whole premise of the movie confuses me. I'm confused.
No, it's changed from the first time we heard and saw about it. It's like the Elio thing, dude.
Is it getting Elio'd, Mondo?
It feels like it. It feels like it's getting Elio'd.
Is it getting Elio'd?
Yeah.
Because I'm really confused. I don't want to like hate on the movie because it could be really, really good, but like when I saw the trailer and like read the premise of it all, I'm like, I'm confused. I don't understand. So
yeah. I remember when I was explaining to Danny when D23 hit, I was telling him about this, and he's like, "Are you sure this is like a Disney movie?" I was like, "Yeah, it's Pixar." You know, like
so, like in the
they're
trailer,
taking a brain from a kid, I think, to a squirrel or a beaver.
No, but it's not even a beaver, Mondo. It's they 3D printed that beaver. So like you can put your body, you can put your brain or your consciousness into like something else that they 3D print, and you can like 3D print it, and then it's like you could be in that thing.
For some reason, Danny, when D23 and then this thing got announced, I feel like the whole 3D printing was not like in the know. So that's why when I saw the trailer recently, I was like, what the hell, 3D print? But I don't know. We'll see. You know, we're going to have Pixar talking about everybody wants originals, but nobody comes to watch them. We're going to get a lot of that crap. Pixar marketing lately has been odd, man. They're just taking reviews from TikTok and then they're uploading it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Nobody's going to watch Elio, Pixar. Just take the loss. Move on. All right. Anything you want to talk about, Danny, that we haven't got to?
If you want to pull up my video, Mondo.
I got you.
I want to say, I don't know where, it's like right after the beginning, but I was able to do a tour of the High Key Club. And we talked about that on Speculation Sunday last week. I told you that I would be having the opportunity to tour the High Key Club at the Design Hotel. I was able to do that on the actual day. So it was really cool. When you come off the elevators, the entrance is right in front of the Adventureland suite, so it moved a lot farther down. But the whole entrance into it was all very premium. It just was so elevated. They did such an amazing job on this club. You know, it kind of looked very bland in the artwork, but when you're up there in person, it's just amazing how much more detail is in this space. And it's so much bigger than it used to be. It's just incredible. I did get a little fact from the cast members that work in there, Mondo. All the vinyl records that are on the ceiling in those chandeliers, they're made to look like Disneyland original soundtrack vinyls. And none of them are actually Disneyland original soundtrack vinyls. They're all real vinyl records that play, but they just got random vinyl records and they just put the sticker on it from that record to say Disneyland. So they're not all like copies of that record because they don't have that many records to exist of that particular one. But it's very cool. It's all themed to like silly symphony and like the original music cartoons that Walt Disney used to do. Amazing new views in the club. They took out the suite to the right of the old former e-ticket club, and they took out the fairy tale suite at the very left hand side of the club. So now when you're looking at the new high key club at the top of the Disneyland Hotel, it actually takes up 75% of the entire tower on the top floor, which it used to only take a little tiny section in like the corner. Now it takes up more than half. So it is a huge expansion, and honestly, it's what they needed. To be honest, it's great. It's a great space.
I've
If you
only
have
heard good
concierge,
things from people that have experienced this. I've only heard good things about it.
yeah, it's great. Honestly, they probably have the best concierge lounge on Disneyland Resort property now.
Eh,
Even better than the veranda at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel. But when the veranda gains its second edition that we all saw in the concept art, they're probably going to take the cake as like the
oh,
best location for sure.
easily. The Grand's going to be the best one. Wow. If you could afford it, do it. I've heard nothing but good things about that lounge. And you have the best views if you just want to chill during fireworks at your hotel. Can't beat it. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything we missed on our end. Uh,
Oh, someone in the chat, I don't know if it's worth mentioning, and I don't know if Arnott's Adventure is still here, but someone in the chat or a bunch of people, or same person, posting it over and over again, I'm not sure. They were saying that there's rumors going around, Mondo, that this is the final year of Knott's Ghost Town Alive.
I've heard that too. I don't even know who told me that. Who said that? I'm curious to
I'm
see.
not, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, with the direction that Knott's is going
Michael,
now.
did you guys hear that Ghost Town Alive is done after this summer? Unfortunately, this is the last year for Ghost Town Alive at Knott's Berry Farm.
I
Uh,
can't say Mondo would be too surprised with the way Knott's has been going lately.
yeah, so I heard that rumor, but like I didn't put any validity to it because since I've been a pass holder, I feel like 2016, 2017, I've been a pass holder at Knott's for a while now. Ghost Town Alive has been a big part of Knott's. It's kind of like that section,
Yeah.
it like connects us to Scary Farm from like Boysenberry Festival and beyond. If Ghost Town Alive goes away, I don't doubt it because the merger, like, man, I'll just say a little bit of it right now. I feel food quality has gone down a lot at many different locations at Knott's Berry Farm. The portions, quantity, the removal of things, the options of things, they're just killing the meal plan a lot. And I remember saying not that long ago, I think I put it on X. I was like, I don't know if I'll renew my meal plan after this year at Knott's Berry Farm. It's not the same. It doesn't hit the same like I remember. And it's all done on purpose. Knott's knows what they're doing. Six Flags knows what they're doing. But them, and they've never brought back the cowboy stunt show that used to happen at the wagon camp, which is a bummer. That show was awesome. There's been a lot of entertainment cuts that have happened at all theme parks. Honestly, it's not just Knott's. But I
Yeah.
can see Knott's getting rid of Ghost Town Alive because they hire a lot of actors and that costs a lot of money. So I guess maybe they're just in a save money mode for a little while. What do you think, Danny? It's sad. That's my.
Yeah, I mean, our Knott's Adventure said it's been a rumor floating around. They did scale it back this year, but Knott's hasn't confirmed anything. True, it did feel very scaled back this year. And I don't know, Arnott's Adventure. I don't know if she has more insight to it all, but there was I want to say, Mono, there was a time when Ghost Town Alive was its own thing, and then it would go into Not Summer Nights like later on in the year or towards the end of Ghost Town Alive, and then at some point they merged into the same seasonal event, and Ghost Town Alive happened during the day, and then it went into Summer Nights in the evening. But I just remember that pre-pandemic Ghost Town Alive and Summer Nights was like honestly peak Knots. Like I've never experienced something as good as like that pre-pandemic Ghost Town or
You know when Knott's was at its peak?
2019.
When Calico River Rapids opened.
Yeah.
On fire.
That Summer Nights was just it. Remember, like
Whew!
they had like
It was
the
great.
fire the had all the food booths. They don't do food booths anymore,
Yeah.
really. They just have like food at locations now, which I don't like as much, to be honest. And it just doesn't feel like the same event to me. Like Summer Nights doesn't even feel like really anything's going on other than the stage. Like it used to be this whole party that was like happening, and I remember you would go all the time, like all the time. You'd be there every week.
No, I was there a lot. Oh man, yeah. I guess you would have to say 2018, 2019 Knots. That was peak, dude.
Yeah, it was also peak Scary Farm too.
Yeah, dude. Damn. I'm just looking back.
That was a great year for theme parks. It was in my opinion, it's still
park. Yeah, I'll say
it's still the best HHN that ever existed, in my opinion, for Hollywood. It was Scary Farm event. We still had the Scary Farm event in the theater, Mondo.
Yeah.
We still had the announcement in the theater. Mondo's favorite thing ever that never's gonna happen again.
I know. So sad. This is Knots in 2019, dude. This is a 2019 video. We got Noah right here. What was I even doing? Oh, Danny's, look at that. Damn, dude, that's a sick shirt, Danny. Look. Oh, wait. Do I go back to Danny? Go back to Danny. Hold on. I think it was an Origin shirt. Did I miss it?
You missed it. You gotta go back more.
Oh my gosh. I'm just missing everything right now. I give up. What was I? Oh yeah, it was Origins. Look at that, Danny. Do you still have that shirt?
I do. I do have that shirt.
I wish I bought that one. I never bought that one. This was
I have an Origin shirt, and I had a Pumpkin Eater shirt, but I wore it so much it got gross. I think I threw it away. So.
Damn, look at that callback, Danny.
Dude, Shadowlands. I love Shadowlands. Shadowlands was great. Great maze at Knott's.
What am I doing here? Hold on. I'm scaring people. Damn. Pumpkin Eater. Look at that. We had Woodstock's Airmail still existing.
Dang. Best ride in Camp Snoopy.
The Depths existed. Oh, man. Yeah. But all this was new back then, by the way. Like, this was like, it's old now that we experience these things. Yeah. 2019 Knots. Siphoning Knott's profits to fund the rest of the company. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Why didn't they do a Charlie Brown Day? Yeah, it's because it's Six Flags, dude. That's why. I don't think they've ever missed a Charlie Brown Day ever into this year because it's Six Flags. There's no other answer. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about. Let me open up to like a Q&A. If you guys have any questions, comments, subjects that you want us to talk about, post in the comments right now. Let's open up to some Q&A, and then we'll be firing it down. But
When do tickets go on sale? To remind the chat, when do tickets go on sale for
the
Knott's Ghost Town, announcement event for Scary Farm?
Nightmares Revealed, and Not Scary Farm tickets will go on sale the 25th. So on Friday. Friday's a big day. If you're a Scary Farm fan.
And when is the event again?
The actual event for Nightmares Revealed, August 19th from 7 to 10. So this Friday, you got to buy your ticket. And the event for Nightmares Revealed, which is where they announce everything, the big reveal, August 19th. So get your dates ready. All these dates to remember. Let me see. The Snoopy refillable popcorn bucket debuted in 2019 too. Knott's was peak. It was peak. And all the meal plans in 2019 hit hard AF. I saw somebody mention earlier where you would get chicken and a barbecue rib at Fireman's Brigade. Now you would. They went from half chicken to quarter chicken, and that's all you get. You don't get the ribs or what. It's sad. I don't know how else to say it. Did anyone know beforehand that Tapestry of Happiness was going to add Small World's third verse to their show? That was a very pleasant surprise for me. I didn't expect it. I didn't know Tapestry was going to get involved in that. I thought it was just Small World. Did you see any of that, Danny? I only saw it online. I didn't see it in person.
No, I didn't see it in person either. We didn't stay that late that day. And I haven't been the only time I haven't been for a nighttime entertainment. You were the one that recently experienced that just yesterday, so
yeah, no, Tapestry of Magic added the final verse from the Sherman Brothers to its show. I saw a video online. I forgot who it was from, but it was cool. Tapestry of Happiness, incredible show, just in general. It's worth the watch. You just have to be at Disney till like 10 o'clock at night. That's the only bummer. Have you been to the Broken Spell Lounge? I just don't go over there because it's not Steakhouse 55. Or is it Steakhouse 55? Yeah, Steakhouse 55. Until they bring Steakhouse 55, I will go back. I don't want to go. I just don't care. Have you been to it, Danny?
I have been to the Broken Spell Lounge when my sister was here visiting. They really enjoyed it, so we went there and did that. But I haven't really like gotten any food there or anything. But I know Park Hopping Duo, they went and like did a whole review on it, and like they really enjoyed the food. So, I mean, it's the same kitchen that services the Palm Tree Lounge over, or Palm Breeze Lounge over at Disneyland Hotel. So, and they've got really good food too. So, I would imagine if it's the same kitchen, it's gotta be good.
Probably pricey. That kitchen on that other side, that's pretty damn pricey.
Have you tried the new Dole Whip, Mondo, the peach one?
I was, but the Walt animatronic called my name and I lost all track of the peach thing. For some reason, they made it seem like the peach Dole Whip was only here for one day. It seems like it's going to be here for a long time because people are still getting it today.
It's still just limited time. That's what they're calling it, limited time magic.
They're like, as long as it's the 70th. I heard it's a 4 out of 5, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You know what else was a limited time offering, Mondo?
Yeah.
The alien macaroon at Alien Pizza Planet.
Never went away. It's been here ever since.
It's now almost 8 years later.
Yeah, limited time for 8 years. New member, Sony. Thank you for joining the Five Fire members. Sony, appreciate you, man. Let's see, but welcome to the Five Fires, man.
I'm hearing that there's no virtual queue for Walt today, and maybe even tomorrow too. Is that the case? Are you hearing a lot of that?
Yeah, there's just no virtual queue for Walt. It's just they're just standby.
I think they might turn it off and then once the passes unblock again, they're gonna turn it back on.
Mhm. Yeah, no, for sure. August 15th?
Yeah.
That's so messed up, but
I'm
whatever.
gonna avoid Disneyland that entire week. I have no interest.
I kind
Zero
of want to
interest
go
to be
just to
there.
see how crowded it is. To be like, look at all these crowds. My Alyssa, Mickey Mouse Club premiere or Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus premieres tomorrow on Disney Junior and Disney Plus on Tuesday. That means more Duffy. Hope he makes an appearance for the Disney Junior Theater Show. I would say no because that theater show is like very Mickey and Friends oriented. I don't know how they would add outside anything, but it would be good if they did. I just don't see it. Uh, Duffy and Friends should just have their own show. It's successful everywhere. Did you hear about the 1-day ticket for $70 for Anaheim resident? Scott Gustin posted about it. Did you hear about that?
I did not. No.
I didn't even know. Damn. Uh, $70 ticket. Wow. I did not. $70 ticket.
Mondo Full Throttle is asking if you've watched any of the POVs on Disney Plus.
No, I experienced it in real life. I have not. The only thing I know about the Disneyland POVs that went to Disney Plus is that they put a broken down Tiana animatronic from Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That is just sad. That they went out of their way to film a POV of Tiana, and it's literally terrible because there's a broken down finale. Like why even put that on Disney Plus? Wait till the animatronics working and put the proper POV. Stupid decision. I don't know how else to say it. But I haven't. I'm not gonna watch Disney Plus. I rather watch YouTube. I rather support YouTubers than Disney Plus on POV.
Michael Sandoval asks, we got a reservation for the new Storytellers Cafe. Is it worth it for $55 a person, or is it better to just snack around the park? Everyone I know, Michael, who's been to the new Storytellers with the new barbecue menu, they've all enjoyed it tremendously. So I would imagine if you are a huge fan of, the Disney characters that are going to be there, during those experiences that you're going, plus all the food that they've got, I'd say it's a win-win, honestly. You're gonna spend, you know, you're gonna spend about half that on your food at Disneyland, just snacking around anyway, per person. So why not pay a little bit more, get a nice sit-down experience, where everything's included your drinks, and just, you know, and get characters too, in the air condition.
Wow, there's a lot of Kevin Feige. I want to bring up this question real quick. Jamie Lynn, what do you think about Marvel doing a complete rebrand after Secret Wars? Kevin Feige said in an interview. I think it's right here. It's one of these posts. Kevin Feige says Avengers Secret Wars is planned to reset singular timelines and reboot MCU. The current MCU plan is 7 years long. I think it goes to 2032. You know how I look at it? Whatever they're doing, it just fizzled out. It's plain and simple. Especially with their last two phases have been not the best. And I think a lot of these actors too have just grown their own separate ways. Prime example, Scarlett Johansson killing it in Jurassic World with that movie. I think it's a great move. I've said it many times. Just get to X-Men already, Kevin Feige. I don't care about all these multiverse crap and wherever they're trying to take it. I don't even care about King Thanos and whatever. I just want X-Men. I just want them to get to X-Men, and that's all I care about. How do you feel, Danny?
I just want X-Men. Yeah, I just want X-Men too. I've wanted X-Men for a while. So, I'm excited for it. I think I'm the only thing that has me hyped for Avengers Doomsday is the fact that Rebecca Romaine is going to be playing Mystique again. Like,
Yeah,
that's the best part about it.
I remember you brought that up. Yeah, a lot of old school flair is going to happen in that movie. Uh, talk about theme park IQ. He posted this recently. Prices went up at Disneyland. Oh, wrong one. We're not happy about that. Also, cast members' pay went. It did not go up. It did, just prices. Sorry, just prices.
Dang,
Prices
the
went
chicken
up.
tenders. It finally happened to the tenders.
Oh, this is from Theme Park IQ on Instagram.
Not quite Disneyland hotel prices yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Chicken tenders, $13.49. Oh my Lanta! But you know what? Still cheaper than Knott's. Still cheaper than Six Flags. Still cheaper than Universal Studios Hollywood. So I get it. All this is expensive, but honestly, it is still extremely competitive when you compare it to all these other Southern California. We got Six Flags selling a garbage hot dog with chips for like $22. So these are still great prices. As weird as that sounds, they're expensive as hell, but it's still great prices. I don't know. I feel like this happens a lot. I feel like it happens like twice a year now, but I'm just used to it. I don't splurge on Disney food as much as I used to. So I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't affect me as much. I don't know who asked about the birthday question. Who was it?
Dojo asks, what would you have changed about the July 17th birthday?
I would have the Disneyland president give a speech. I feel like it should be a custom thing to be inspirational and just kind of give his impact and the flair to that momentous 70th year. I think that would have been a really great touch. I know that Josh and Bob Iger did a lot of talking, but the public didn't get to hear any of that. Everybody was outside the park because they weren't letting anybody in. But I think the Disneyland president doing like some kind of speech during park hours would be really cool. That's what I would change. What about you, Danny?
Yeah, I think a really cool thing they could have done was during the 50th anniversary, they had TVs all over the resort. By the resort, I mean just in Disneyland. They had TVs all over Disneyland in all the different lands that were playing like clips and things of Disneyland from those areas back throughout its history. And then simultaneously, when they had that birthday moment like we had earlier, where they sang "Happy Birthday" to Disneyland, they when Walt was giving his speech and they were playing that over the speakers during the 50th, they showed it on the TV. So I think it'd have been cool to like have that aspect to it again, make it feel more like a party that's happening all over the park to celebrate Disneyland's birthday. And then maybe some cool, fun, retro throwback photo opportunities. Disneyland did that for the 60th anniversary. That was really cool. They had like old photo backdrops of what the land used to look like back in the day in the like respective lands, and then you could take pictures in front of them with their PhotoPass photographers. So that was really cool. And then like on the 60th anniversary Diamond Celebration, they also posted on social media that they wanted guests to come dressed as Dapper Day on the 60th anniversary. And
That's
so
cool.
guests came dressed up as like Dapper Days on the 60th too. So like it just felt more like
Did people participate that day?
oh yeah, big time.
Wow, that's cool. I wasn't part of the fun back then. That sounds cool. We our Disneyland don't do stuff like that no more. Now they charge you. You want to have dapper fun? You got to go to the Disneyland hotel and they charge you. So that's where we're at. Hollywood Jedi re-upping 43 freak months. Wow. And if I'm not mistaken, Hollywood Jedi gifting 5 membership. Dropping 5 left to right. Hollywood Jedi, thank you for supporting the fire. 5. Hell yeah. Hollywood Jedi coming in hot. Thank you, Jedi. No, 5 fires of you. 5 fires of you. There is one thing I want to talk about. We're gonna go completely off the rails here real quick. I think it'll be our last thing, Danny. We're gonna go to Six Flags Magic Mountain, and this is where Saw was. All of a sudden, this popped up, and to me, it looks like a castle. It looks like a castle, and there's been rumor. Obviously, it's speculation Sunday, okay? So take this as a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. There's been speculation that non-Scary Farm mazes might make their way to Six Flags. And the big ones that have been rumored, I don't know if there's more, but it was Pumpkin Eater and Waxworks can make their way to Six Flags. And we've seen Knott's I guess I'll say transport their maze because Paranormal Inc. exists at a Cedar Fair somewhere else, and it's like people's favorite like maze. It's still good. I talked to somebody, and that person told me, no, this will be Saw. They're just redoing the facade. And I was like, what'd you say? What'd you say to me? So I don't know what to believe. I don't know what the hell this is. But I just wanted to bring it up. Any thoughts on this, Danny? Does that look like a castle to you, or are you seeing something else? This is Fright Fest right here.
It just looks like a building, not necessarily a castle.
You just think it's
like
a building?
Those are like office building windows or something like that, or like it could be a warehouse.
You know what? I would be happy if Paranormal Inc. came to Fright Fest. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. There is also Trick or Treat, which is just completely dismantled. Oh, I don't have a picture of it. But we'll see what happens out there in Fright Fest. The coolest part about seeing this, it's not even the facade. It's just that Fright Fest is doing construction right now instead of like 2 months from now. Because that's how they've worked the previous year. So I'm really excited that they're working on stuff now. And it just gives them more time to make things cool. Somebody just said, Paranormal Inc. is in North Carolina. That's how good
that's awesome.
I bet you it's a lot of fun. Still a lot of fun. All right, Danny. Let people know what content or anything that you've posted or about to post. Let them know, and let's fire it down.
Yeah. I posted a new video earlier today from my experience at the 70th. I also did a tour, a little more detailed tour with pointed out some facts and things like that inside the High Key Club if you wanted to watch the rest of that. That's all on my YouTube channel, Just Ask Danny, so you can search that up and watch that video. Go ahead and give it a like. I would appreciate it. And then the podcast, I'll be doing a podcast episode talking about all the different things from the 70th now that I finally had my chance to experience everything I wanted to wait. So that'll be coming out too, not tomorrow, but the next day. So keep an eye out for that as well too. It all comes in on the YouTube channel. So if you subscribe there at Just Ask Danny, you'll get all of it. If you want to subscribe to the podcast separately, like if you're into like the whole podcast app itself, you can search for the 5571 podcasts and you'll find it there as well. But the feed of that comes into the YouTube channel as well too.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Danny. Incredible live stream. Thank you, everybody in the chat. If you haven't already, hit the like button. My closing thoughts, what a wonderful week. Disneyland, the hype for the 70th and the Walt animatronic, everything really came to fruition, and I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Uh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see where Disney takes things beyond the 70th. You know, the future's bright. They're in construction. And I'm excited and here for the ride and cover it all because it's going to be really cool to see come to life. Thank you guys so much. This coming week for me, I think I really want to focus on horror nights. This week was really focused on Disneyland, but this coming week, a lot of horror nights and more horror nights and probably a lot of more horror nights. So stay tuned. For all the people that want to talk horror nights, we'll be talking a lot about it this coming week. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, everybody, so much. Smash the like button. We are firing it down. The Galilee Bay, just as Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.